Hey guys, how are you doing today? It is time for our Universal Yums box. And this month, our snacks come from Greece. So I already obviously fished out the sticker and the booklets here. So our first little pamphlet here is just a little one sheet. You get there's a scorecard on the back, which I never do really. And on the front, it gives you a little bit of information about Greece. So we've got Florina. Locals know it as Greece's coldest, snowiest city. We know it as the home of your garlic chips. Garlic chips sounds yummy. Veria, the sticky almond treat in your box was baked in this city 2,000 years ago. Oh, in this 2,000-year-old city. I'm sorry, I can't read. Sticky almond treat also sounds good. Corfu, why is this Greece's greenest island? It's home to more than 2 million olive trees. Wow. Athens, I'm sure most of you have heard of Athens. More than 50,000 artifacts were discovered during the construction of this capital's metro. That's interesting. Samos, this island's caves were once the classrooms of ancient mathlete Pythagoras. If you've ever heard of the Pythagoras theorem, because you're a nerd like me, that's who that is. And then Crete is the last one that they give us information about. 3.5 million years ago, the island was home to miniature mammoths. They were only 4 feet tall. Cute. And then we've got our bigger booklet here that gives you a lot more information about everything. Just about everything. Sorry, I can't get that to go away. It gives you some things that says, explore Greece. Look out. Here's a sneak peek at some items we'll explore this month. Yum Maker highlight. The iconic Greek confectionery Kendalas opened its doors all the way back in 1927. Wow, and there's a picture of their first factory. Since then, it's been operated by three generations of fathers and sons. You have them to thank for the sticky almond treat in your box, which they've mentioned twice now. Greece in 60 seconds. There's a little section what you might know about Greek, what you might not know about Greece. What you might know is that the people of Greece have never referred to themselves as Greek. That's an English translation of the Latin Graecia, which was used by the Romans. To those who live there, Greece is Hellas, a variation of the country's official name, the Hellenic Republic, and they refer to themselves as Hellenes. So if you ever make a trip to a local sporting event, you'll know why everyone is chanting Hellas, Hellas. That's interesting. Actually, I did not know that. And that's in the what you might know. What you might not know, the ancient myth of Jason and the Argonauts is simple. Jason wants to take his rightful place as king from his nefarious uncle, Peleus, who agrees, as long as Jason does the impossible and obtains a magical golden fleece. After plowing a field with dragon's teeth and taming some fire-breathing bulls, Jason eventually succeeds. Though, in the version on your sticker, he takes a detour. The Golden Fleece Feast. That's funny. Oddly enough, I knew the what you might not know. I did not know the what you might know about Greece. Go figure. And there's always a music playlist that you can get to. There's always some kind of a language lesson. Greek folks use the phrase pias to avgokai korefto, to grab an egg and shave it, to describe seemingly impossible tasks like obtaining the golden fleece. And there's a recipe down here for something called shrimp Saganaki, a seaside specialty. I like shrimp. What have I got in it? Olive oil, canola oil, and onion, plum tomatoes, crushed red pepper, shrimp, Kalamata olives, dill, and feta. Okay, I could get behind that dish. That sounds fantastic. I might have to try that. There's always a little trivia train, which I never really go through. They're all multiple choice, and it tells you it. And then it gives you more nutritional information about your sweets and salties and whatevers. You get a couple of games back here. They're usually matching type games. Myth matching, fill in the invention. I usually don't do these either, but now I might actually know some of those, the myth especially. A day in the life of Greece. It gives you it tells you some information about traditional clothing right over here, which is kind of neat. There's a drink in here. Visinatha. It's a cherry cordial, basically. Cherries, sugar, water, lemon juice, and cold water. Oh, it's a non-alcoholic cordial even. And then one thing, of course, that you probably know about is their open air amphitheaters, right? And there's a little thing here that's about theaters and stuff that they had back in the day. And then there's always something about the Yum Shop where you can get more stuff on the back. So let's see what's in our box. Ooh, oh, here's the bread chips that they talked about right on top. So garlic bread chips. They look like little bagels, don't they? Let's go for that first, because why not? Okay. Oh, they're so cute. Little tiny, they're smaller than I expected. Very garlicky. And definitely tasty. I mean, I love garlic, so unless you're trying to sell me on a dessert with garlic in it, which I might not go for, you usually get me with garlic. That might be a weird combo. I should have grabbed my water, and I did not. The next thing we have is Turkish Waves tomato and paprika. That sounds like a good combo. So let's see. I like little ruffles, kind of. Very strong on the tomato flavor. But you do get a little bit of that sweet heat from the paprika. Pretty good. Next thing I see, I should see if there's anything else in here that is savory. No. No other savories. The next thing is Tootie's again, same brand. But this is corn puffs, peanut and hazelnut. Well, that sounds interesting. I don't know if these are going to be sweet or savory because it's peanut and hazelnut, which are both kind of sweet nuts and a lot of the times sweeter snacks. Not sweet, just nutty. Not bad. Okay. We've got a little yum bag we'll get to later. Okay, first thing I see on top is a grape must soft cookie. Grape must. What is grape must? Okay. I don't know. I bring scissors just to cut things open, and then half the time I try to open them anyways. I don't know why. Oh, well, it was broken in half already. That makes it easy. It's just kind of, it's like a thick, soft cookie. It's almost more molassesy than anything. I don't really taste grape. Like, I also kind of expected there to be potential for raisins in it, you know, being dehydrated grapes, but there's not. I don't know. If it's supposed to taste like grapes, I feel like it failed on that for sure, because I don't taste grape at all, and it's really dry. It's not bad. It's just, I don't know, not my favorite. Oh, baklava. I love baklava. Oh, it's an almond baklava, which traditionally baklava is walnuts. Oh my gosh. There's already honey just dripping out of this. I didn't grab a napkin. Hold on. Okay. I had napkins on the other side of the room. I just forgot to grab them. Oh, let's see. There is seriously so much honey. I mean, look at this. You can see the honey on the packaging as you try to slide this piece of baklava out of here. I know that's bad. I should have probably also grabbed a knife. Wow. Oh, it's so sticky. I really didn't expect that. Usually baklava that's in some kind of a package like this is usually drier than usual. But this is just absolutely saturated with honey like it should be. Mmm. Mmm. That was really good. Messy as it may be. It's so tasty. Glad I went and got a napkin. I really appreciate the fact that this this must be the sticky almond treat it was talking about. I don't even know if I can get this back in its bag. I usually put the other half of things back in the bag for Kevin. I can't even get it back in here. That's how sticky it is. Well, I'll have to figure out some other way to preserve that for him until he gets home tonight. That is definitely the messiest treat I've ever gotten in one of these. It's fantastic, don't get me wrong. I also retrieved my water while I was over there. Gosh, that was good. I think that might be on the favorites list so far. Not in the garlic chips. All right. Now that I've made a total mess of myself, our next thing is the Saganaki milk chocolate wafer finger. I love a wafer cookie, so I have a feeling I will like this. There we go. That's pretty good. This is your standard wafer cookie. It's got chocolate in between the layers and also coating it. That's pretty good. The next thing I see here is that we have some almond shortbread. I'm not a huge fan of shortbread, but I always try it. And the sea salt shortbread that was in our Sakura box the other day was pretty fantastic. Holy crap, this is going to be messy too. Whoops. Let's see this. There's, look at how much powdered sugar is in the package and all over the place. And I'm like, oh man, I'm going to have a hard time opening this without just spreading sugar everywhere. I don't usually think of powdered sugar when I think of shortbread. Although I suppose there are some types that do, obviously. So I'm trying to get a cookie out without making a huge mess in my desk. We already have ants everywhere, no matter what we do. So the last thing I need is to get sugar everywhere. Thankfully, I have a trash can right over here that I can get most of the sugar to go into. Look at the size of that cookie. It's so messy. Really? That's how messy this is. That is really good. There's little crunchy bits of chopped almonds in there. Plus the cookie itself is not very sweet, so that's good. Because then it balances out that super powdered sugar covering that is now all over me and my fingers. And I'm about to get more sugared, I'm pretty sure. Because now I see Greek traditional handmade prickly pear delight. So it's like a Turkish delight with prickly pear. Oh, there's plastic around this box. I do like Turkish delight, so I can't imagine I won't like this. If I didn't like this, it'd be shocking. So the ants are trying to get to the other half of my grape must cookie. I'm not sure if I care, but I really do try to discourage them. But, oh, I'm opening this all wrong. I'm trying to open the end because it looks like that's the only place it opens. No, it also opens right there. That definitely looks like a nice little box of Turkish Delight, which I am absolutely going to have to put in a Ziploc bag to avoid ants. I did actually get a large Ziploc bag. I just don't know if this whole box will fit in there. I don't know. I'll try to grab one of those smaller chunks. I don't know if Kevin will like these because he's not a huge Turkish Delight fan. Probably partly because they're doused in powdered sugar all the time. Prickly pear is pretty sweet. It's good. I like it. If you've ever had applets and cotlets, that is a version of a Turkish Delight. You know, if you just wonder like what the texture is like, it's like those applets and cotlets. If you've ever had those, the factory that makes them is here near us. So I've definitely had them. Those are all pretty good. Really, still though, that baklava has been my favorite sweet so far. All right, and then we have one last thing in here, and it's the Yum bag. So when they have littler candies, they usually give you a couple of pieces of them in this little Yum bag, and there's usually a couple of different kinds. I don't know why this doesn't want to cut. Let's cut everything else fine. I must have honey on my finger because my finger just stuck to the scissors. Put the box to the side for now. Let's see what we have in here. Oh, sorry. I keep looking way too far to the side. All right. We've got 4 of these little guys. They're little Almond Toffee. I wonder if it's a hard toffee or a chewy toffee. It's chewy, maybe. Dropped in wax paper. Oh, I don't know if that came off all the way. Nope. There we go. Just a little... definitely the soft toffee. Ooh, that's good. I like that. Very tasty. And then we have, for jelly, gummy candy. And it looks like pomegranate. If I'm just going off of the packaging. You know, nothing wrong with pomegranate. I like pomegranates. Toffee took a minute to get back out of my teeth. All right, let's try our little pomegranate. It also is wrapped in wax paper, but this is more like a little jelly candy that you see typically with a sugar crusted. Yeah, that's good. That is really good. I like that. I wonder if I can find those at the European deli that I go to sometimes. It's possible. Okay, so that's the box. My favorites and least favorites. Not a huge fan of this Grape Must cookie. First of all, it's super, super dry. I think if you dunked it in tea or coffee, it might be a little bit better, but other than that, it's just super dry. And it doesn't really taste like grapes. All I tasted was like a molassesy brown sugar flavor. So that wasn't my favorite. I'm never a huge fan of shortbread, although this was a good shortbread. It's just never my favorite. I like the prickly pear delights. I like the little wafer candy because those are always things that I like. But my favorite was probably, well, definitely the baklava. And second would be the 2 candies. I really did like the 2 candies. As far as the savory half, I moved the baklava and then I got honey on me again. I was worried about the ants. My favorite was definitely these guys, the little garlic bread chips. First of all, I just like bread chips in general. I like bagel chips, pita chips, that little brown rye crisp in the Gardettos. You know, I always like the little bread crisps, and I love garlic. So those are like a hands down winner for me for the savory. I did like the tomato and paprika chips. Probably wouldn't be something I'd like gravitate towards if it was there. Go, ooh, hey, it's those tomato chips, but they're good. And then the peanut and hazelnut, they were all right. Personally, I'm not somebody that's going to go for a nut flavored snack versus actual nuts. I would rather have the peanuts and hazelnuts to chew on. I think if it had been like hazelnut spread where it was like that Nutella flavor on a little puff, that I'd probably go for. But these I'm just kind of, it's okay. It's not great. It's not horrible. It's okay. So that's the box. I will get Kevin's opinions later, as always. Was there anything in the box that sounded really good to you? Leave a comment below. Have you ever tried any of these before? Definitely let me know. And I will see you guys next time.